All right, guys, here's the deal. He's gonna be here any second. You need to listen to me. This guy is trying to make you spend your money. You're gonna go broke. If you just have one Nerf blaster, trust me, you got enough Nerf.
Excuse me? Yeah.
Hey!
Why are you sitting in my seat?
I was just telling your viewers,
Uh-huh.
how lovely it is that you're trying to save them money this holiday.
Yeah, you're in my seat.
I swear, yeah. I was just, I was just in the area.
Yeah.
And I saw the cameras.
You know what?
You always leave your camera.
Get out! Get out!
Dude, you're going to make these people go broke.
Get out!
You're not even on set.
Get
and
out!
The camera's rolling. Sorry guys, that's twice this week I already had to deal with that guy. What's his issue anyway? Who doesn't like collecting Nerf blasters? Anywho, today is the day. Last week we reviewed the top 10 best deals for standard non-pro Nerf blasters. Today we're gonna go over the top 10 best deals in pro blasters of 2024. Now the same ground rules apply. These are not the top 10 pro blasters that were released in 2024. These are the top 10 best values in pro blasters that you can still purchase as of the date of this video. Now, ironically, a lot of the blasters in this video came out in 2024. In fact, I think all of them except one, maybe some honorable mentions. However, these are literally the best bang for your buck in pro Nerf blasters you can get in 2024. Let's get into it. Number 1, the Nerf Pro Sender. No, this is not trolling, and no, this is not a meme. Put down the pitchforks and hear me out, fam. I know I was very hard on Nerf Pro, and it was for a reason, and I still stand behind my sentiment on those videos. However, because of that same sentiment that most of the community shared on this and the torrent, I knew it was only a matter of time before these blasters would go on a deep discount, and Hasbro would ultimately have to lick their wounds, probably regroup, and completely reboot their Pro line yet again. However, this blaster is now going for 50% off at Target. That is $24.99 versus $49.99, the original release price. That makes a big difference because one of the big things about this blaster is it needs some attention once you pick it up off the shelf. It's not readily serviceable as a full-blown polished Nerf blaster right off the shelf. At least if you have a keen eye for those little quirks that can become annoying, especially if you're in the heat of battle. So yes, at $24.99, it can at least be number 10 on this list. Later on, you're gonna find out we had to throw Hasbro a bone at some point. Basically every other manufacturer has a blaster on this list. Only because of the price point right now, you can afford to pick up this blaster for $24.99 at Target. Do some very, very minor tweaks to it if you're technically inclined, and it can actually be a decent little bullpup pistol-oid, I guess. Still don't know what to call this. It's too small to be a carbine. It's too large to be a pistol, but it's a bullpup at the same time. Yeah, sure, Hasbro, whatever you got. Cool. Number 10, the Nerf Pro Sender, guys. Number 9, the Zeus BK1S. Now this is in no way a 9th place value, but as of right now, this blaster is just a brand spanking new offering for 2024. I think it came out in like early or late summer. Because of that, this is still a very hot commodity and the manufacturer is not gonna be dumb and lower the price for no reason. For where it stands on its own, this is probably the best value in a very unique propulsion system that's fairly new to Nerf blasters, at least at a pro level. And it's not just any AEG. It has a T238 powertrain, which is one of the highest quality components you could actually modify your airsoft blaster with. This blaster comes stock with these internals, and on top of that, it's a half-length blaster. Now, it does have its drawback. It has a proprietary mag, so you have to buy just this mag, and I'm praying and hoping that future iterations of the BK1S or BK3S or whatever the future version of this blaster is, that it comes Talon mag compatible at least. That would make this blaster almost a no-brainer. But as of right now, this is the only impediment. Most competitive Nerf players have a myriad of mags already in their arsenal. Most of them have Talon mags. I myself started collecting more Talon mags the more I go to local events. If Zeus can target this small little issue for their next offering, we're gonna be in the money. But as of right now, this is a $160 blaster, which is an extremely good value for Nerf. Not good enough to be high on this list, but definitely good to be on this list. I did a full comprehensive review on this blaster. The link will be here, the thumbnail will be here. I don't have to say anything else, just watch that video. This thing is phenomenal and it's on a complete other level of gameplay, guys. The Zeus BK1S. Number 8, the XYL Unicorn Tactical Edition model KM900. The original Unicorn was the KM9, so it's natural that the upgraded tactical version of it would be named the KM900. This blaster falls into the same category as the blaster we just discussed. The only reason is a step up at number 8 instead of at number 9. It's because the price point is lower, but this is a flagship blaster in its own right. This is literally the last review I did before this video. Go and watch it. It's a really, really good deep dive into this blaster and explains everything I liked about it, everything that I didn't like about it, and everything that makes it probably your go-to highest powered blaster in your arsenal, unless you're playing 300 FPS games. That would be another conversation for another day. This is a great blaster, has plenty of power. You can go up or down from that power range. You still have range for one more level of spring. I guess you could probably even put a 2.0 millimeter spring in here if you're feeling like He-Man. As far as priming, it does have a tight prime. That was one of the quirks for other people. I don't really mind, but I understand it. You can get tired at the end of the day running this thing. 150 bucks is a great entry-level price for this blaster. It could take Talon mags, has a great amount of features. Like I said, check out that video. Out of Darts has a deal going on right now. If you buy other accessories along with the blaster, like mags, wearable gear, darts, they actually lower the price of the blaster to $135. So that's almost like a sale right out the gate. That's pretty awesome. The XYL KM900 Unicorn Tactical Edition, guys. Number 7, the Siren Gnarl. Hang on, this is not the mag that comes with this blaster. Okay, much better. The Siren Gnarl. It's funny how this company just came out of nowhere. They used to make like children's educational science toys. The closest they came to anything competitive was laser tag with a couple of laser blaster sets. And then out of nowhere, they come out with these 250 FPS blasters. It's pretty crazy. Now they did come out with 3 blasters, but the reason that the Gnarl made it on this list is because it's a pro pistol level blaster, very compact. It shoots well. It's a lot of fun. The initial price was already good at $24.99, but they recently just lowered the price. It's not a clearance. It's just a new lower price, according to what Target calls it, $17.49. That is pretty awesome for a pro little blaster that can shoot above 150 FPS. That's right up there with the Aeon Pro and the first generation Unicorn and a lot of blasters that now shoot over 150 FPS. You're getting 150 FPS for $17.50. I don't think I have to say anything else. If you do want to know more about the technicals, link to the video would be on my left shoulder, thumbnail on my right shoulder. Siren Gnarl, get you one. Number 6, the Dart Zone Max Omnia Pro Nitro Shot Plus. Rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? This is a product of refinement. This product is a testament of how a company can get feedback directly from a community. The Omnia has been improved in almost every way. The first one had mixed results, but for the most part, a lot of people had problems with some flywheel issues and maybe some trigger input lag timing. Second gen got a few things right, but it was only a marginal improvement and barely noticeable. People were still left wanting. Once Dart Zone revamped their entire line to this new Nitro Shot and Nitro Shot Plus line, respectively, the Omnia Pro wasn't on my bingo card as one of the new Nitro Shot Plus blasters, but I'm happy to see that they're revamping a lot of these blasters. Hey Brian, if you're watching this, Thunderbolt Nitro Shot. Oh yeah, let's get it. This is a really sweet blaster. Now it is an $89.99 price tag, just like the first gen Omnia. It did go on sale briefly during Black Friday and Christmas for $69.99, which is a pretty good price. Gives us some kind of idea of the sales that are gonna happen in the near future. Now, mind you, the Omnia is a blaster that's about a year and a half old now. However, this is the 3rd generation, so it's a fresh blaster off the line. For what they're asking for the initial price point, it's still a very good blaster. Good enough to be number 6 on this list. Semi burst and auto fire, very crispy, very responsive. Link, thumbnail, Omnia Pro, Nitro Shot. If you have the extra coin, check it out, or if not, wait for a sale. Number 5, returning for the 3rd year in a row. I don't know, maybe for somebody's 2022 list. I didn't do a list in 2022. This blaster did appear on both my overall best Nerf blaster deals and on my pro blaster deals of 2023. The Mark III is just a gift that keeps on giving. It was a great blaster to begin with. A lot of people found workarounds for shortcomings that they considered were going to hurt them in gameplay. I never played with this blaster competitively, so I can't speak to that effect. All I know is that it's a monster. It's great performance performing blaster overall, has very, very good FPS. If you're wondering what this is, that's gonna be the next video. NF Strike just came out with a brand new line of hollow sights for a lot more blasters than just a Strife or Rapid Strike. The Mark III runs on AA's or a LiPo battery, so it's very versatile. It's very friendly for all levels of entry. It shoots full-length darts. I got some nitro shots in here right now. I'd say it's like the perfect beginner flywheeler, and it's going for the price of $39.99. This is originally a $129 blaster, I wanna say. Went on a few sales in summer of 2023 for half of that, but $40 for what is a pro level, not max, but pro level. Earlier this summer, they had it for $29.99, only a matter of time before it drops back down to that price. The Dart Zone Pro Mark III is aging very finely, guys. Number 4, the Adventure Force Tactical Strike Maxim Pro. I reviewed this blaster later this summer. Everything that the Mark III did right, Dart Zone started putting it into their max level Adventure Force Tactical Strike level blasters. Like for example, the ability to run on 8 AA's. One thing I do have to say about these blasters is that they're so well optimized to any kind of power source you're running them with. You would think that going from 8 AA's, which is 12 volts, to a 7.4 volt lithium ion would make a huge difference, but it really doesn't. And it makes sense once you understand the physics of how alkaline current works. It's completely different than lithium current. Alkaline current works a little bit more gentle and it's a lot lower of a current. Just the way that the circuits on these blasters respond to these very affordable, very accessible, safer lithium ion, not lithium polymer batteries, it's amazing. I gushed about this blaster enough on the review. I'm not gonna do it again on this list, but if you wanna check out the Maxim Pro and see what it's all about, link, thumbnail, $40 at Walmart. When this thing goes on sale, it's gonna disappear because at $40, it's almost a steal. I can't imagine it not being a popular blaster any cheaper than that. The Adventure Force Tactical Strike Maxim Pro, guys. Ooh, things are starting to get spicy. Top 3 territory, let's go. Number 3, the X-Shot Pro Longshot Anime Edition. Yes, this blaster was incredible at the entry-level price of $39.99, I think it was when it originally came out. Everybody thought it was gonna be 50 bucks, but it came out to be like $40. This version, which I've seen a lot of X-Shot skins styles, I never thought I'd see anime. Pretty random, pretty hilarious, and pretty awesome at the same time. Shout outs to X-Shot for making a anime pro longshot. I think it's pretty awesome. Now, X-Shot has been putting this yellow performance badge on some of their newer blasters. I saw it on the Clip Fed Mania. I saw it on the new boxes for the motorized Ragefire. I saw it on a Fury X Pro when I went up north. The mags also have this cool little barricade kind of decal here. I mean, it does contain all the cool graphics, at least on the handles and parts of the stock, than the original does. I think it's extremely cool. Now, I'm not sure if they corrected the plunger tube problem. Somebody that's more plugged into the Discords or the Reddits or just the internets in general can probably chime in the comments. It is one of the better pro blasters out there, albeit by X-Shot, and at $19 with a special paint job. If your local Walmart has it, don't wait, just grab it. Or like I like to say, get you one. Number 2 is none other than the Adventure Force Tactical Strike Aeon Pro X. I didn't jump on the hype train when these blasters first came out. I was busy traveling halfway across the United States to play Zombies and Apocalypse with a whole bunch of people that I didn't know, and it was a freaking blast, by the way. You guys should look into that if you're into that kind of stuff. I recently finally got my hands on it, got a couple accessories on it, like a worker stock set, cute little front sight. By the way, shout outs to T238. Shout outs for the idea of making TCAR shells. I actually made one for the Aeon and it fits fantastic. What the TCAR shell is essentially is just a protector for any accessory that you want to keep. So if you don't want to use the TCAR's built-in rifling, you can just get the shell instead, and the shell will protect any of your accessories. Like for example, Aeon Pro X's factory PCAR is on the barrel and then the shell slides right over. You could use this to cover a tracer. They're sending me a few tracers so we can try it out with those. Any kind of silencer accessories, rifling accessories, B-cars, P-cars, anything. Pretty excited to check that out. This little blaster is for $19. Even the $25 that it went for at launch was absolutely incredible. With the factory rifling on this blaster. It's hitting above 155. In some cases, I was getting 165 to 175 with some darts. That's with rifling on it. That's insane. We're talking about $19 and you're only 25 FPS away from 200 in a reliable dart zone package. I mean, guys, if that doesn't convince you, I haven't even reviewed this yet, but there's plenty of good reviews from my fellow content creators on YouTube. I suggest you check at least a handful of those out and you're gonna see why these things are absolutely amazing, especially at $19. The whole internet was gushing about these when they came out. This along with its bigger cousin, the Nexus Pro X. At the price point that this one is now, there was just no way it was not gonna end up at number 2, guys. The Adventure Force Tactical Strike Aeon Pro X. Definitely get you one. Got a bunch of honorable mentions, but we're just gonna fly right through them. Obviously, the Nexus Pro X, the Max Striker 2.0, and the Venom definitely fall into this category. They're fantastic blasters, even for their price point. It's only a matter of time before the prices on those blasters also comes down and they make it onto one of these lists, so I'm not worried about it. The blasters on this table, however, they fall into a different category. For example, the Max Striker 1.0 first generation is an amazing blaster, but can you find it? Basically, you have to get lucky and find a Target that might even have a couple on the shelf, and if you do, they're probably like 20 bucks. If you go to Target's eBay store online, I think it's called Bullseye Deals. It's their online liquidation store on eBay. They'll occasionally pop up on there, $15 to $20. You just got to keep a keen eye out. Same thing for the Dictator, one of my favorite blasters of all time, 180 FPS out of the box. Where's my rear sight? Oh, bummer. I hate it when that happens. Very cool rear mag feeding, half-length blaster. Very intricate little mechanism that actually feeds the darts in. Slam fire friendly, one of the few pro blasters that is slam fire friendly. I think I saw this on Bullseye Deals for $11.99 and it comes and goes. Keep an eye out for them. Last I saw these, honestly, was early spring of 2024 before they completely disappeared. The legendary Dart Zone Max Dictator, guys. Gotta find my stupid site. Staying on the dart zone topic, the Mark IV is a very refined blaster. It has come down in price. It just hasn't come down substantially enough to make it on one of these lists. At launch, it was about 160 bucks with a cool blue color as an option as well. If you shot the Mark 1.2 or one of the earlier Mark 1.1 or Mark 1.0s, and then you shoot something like this is like basically a Cadillac, a refined version of all those blasters. The prime is extremely smooth for the amount of power that it has. Very good internals, lots of high quality parts in here. The lowest I have personally seen it go is $100, which is pretty amazing. That's almost halfway through. It's only a matter of time before it drops to about half of the original MSRP, which is like 80 bucks. At that point, it would probably make its way onto the main part of this list. But for now, it's definitely an honorable mention. The Dart Zone Pro Mark IV, guys. OG Unicorn. I put an ad out on our shorts or community post, one of those, on AliExpress, 60 bucks. This is originally a $120 blaster, I believe. What's cool about this blaster is that by now the community has come up with so many things you can do to it. There's 3D printed parts, there's easy homemade mods, there's cheap mods that you can order. You can pretty much turn this blaster into anything you want out of it, all the way up to a 200 FPS PvP monster. Whatever you need, the Unicorn can actually fill that requirement. The lowest I personally ever seen it is 60 bucks, like I said, on that one AliExpress store. Anywhere under 80 bucks is probably a good deal, and it's only a matter of time before they start regularly going for that price. The original, the one and only XYL Unicorn, guys. This was, I think, part of one of my lists in 2023. This is the Fire Phoenix Carbine, a really cool little blaster. It doesn't shoot that hard, but it has a lot of potential for upgrading if you like getting your hands dirty. The cool thing about it, it has very high quality components that you would see normally on high-end blasters, like nylon, very good quality ABS on some of the components, a lot of metal components on the interior, like your plunger tube, as you can see, pusher, and other parts. It's a little annoying that they run on these 2/3 length darts. I don't mind too much, but then again, I'm not taking this out to a competition. This is probably a good plinker for inside the house or just local family wars. Saw this on AliExpress for $40. That's probably the cheapest I have seen it. On Amazon, it has also gone for 40 bucks. They have a really cool purple version with purple accents of this one. The good old Jinjen Fire Phoenix Carbine, guys. The time has come. Number one on this year's Best Pro Blaster Blast for Your Buck deals is none other than the legendary Game Face try on. Man, this blaster has come a long way and it has a hell of a half-life. Introduced in the spring of 2023 as a late 2022 design, sadly this company doesn't exist right now. Most of their designers, engineers, and staff are right now probably either looking for a job or found a job at another company. What's left of GameFace was absorbed, if you didn't know, by the Daisy Airgun company. It used to be owned by Crossman. This is my go-to when it comes to local competitions. And some people are like, how the heck, there's so many blasters that are smooth. I have a Seagull, I've tried the Harrier. There's just some kind of connection that I've grown to have with this blaster. I've done a few little tweaks and just made it so that it's just right for me. A lot of people have found that they can come to the same conclusion. Now, the big thing about this blaster is that at the $80 MSRP launch price, it was an incredible freaking deal for what this blaster provides. It has a lot of high-end characteristics about it, but they didn't cut quality in places that other companies do to save that extra dollar. The blaster feels very, very rigid, very good construction. I believe it's some high quality ABS. Somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. It just has everything you would want right out the gate for a stock blaster to jump right into a competition. You don't have to pretty much do anything. The sad aspect of this blaster's future is the same thing that makes it be on this list. The fact that since it is discontinued, both Amazon and Walmart have both of these blasters right now for $34.99. That is literally chopped right in half of the original MSRP. In my opinion, it's a crazy good price. It's a crazy good deal. The blaster comes with up to 3 levels of adjustability on the spring spacer, allowing you to go from, I believe, 180, 200 to 220. I have this one, I think, maxed out because I use this one for like the big time competitions. I think this one's hitting like 220 with a 350 millimeter barrel and TCAR, but stock, it's an incredible performing blaster. And for $35, it's probably the best you're gonna do right now, at least at this moment. I'm letting you know about this opportunity right now. Amazon and Walmart both have this for $34.99. I will put my Amazon affiliate link in the description for these. It does help the channel. We don't have any membership services right now, so that is one of the few ways where we can actually sustain this content right now. So I appreciate it if you guys, if you're gonna buy it anyway, if you use those links. There was just no way the GameFace Try-On was not gonna make it to #1, guys. I have a really cool review that I did with Miss Not Nuff right here. You can check that out later if you want. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Stay blasting, foam fam.